yourself. Look at this. Look.
Every evening at 5:30 sharp, I stand at the back door, heart racing, waiting for Rufus, my kangaroo, to hop up and demand his couch time. It's become our ritual at Pumpkin's Patch Kangaroo Sanctuary, the non-profit I run with my partner in South Australia. Rufus, with his big, soulful eyes and quirky habits, isn't just any kangaroo, he's family. But when we rescued him as an 8-month-old Joey, scrawny and scared, I had no idea he'd turn our lives upside down. I still remember that first day. Rufus was trembling, too young to survive alone after losing his mom. We took him in, bottle feeding him in our living room. He'd curl up in a makeshift pouch, looking at me like I was his whole world. So we gave him a home, thinking he'd blend in with the 26 other kangaroos and 2 wombats we care for. But Rufus had other plans. Barely a week in, he discovered the couch. I caught him one afternoon, sprawled across it like he owned the place, his long legs dangling off the edge. I laughed, thinking it was a one-time thing. It wasn't. Every evening, like clockwork, Rufus would hop from his enclosure to our back door, waiting to be let in. I'd open it and he'd bound past me, straight to his spot on the couch. He'd flop down, ready to watch TV or nap. So I started joining him, sinking into the cushions next to his warm, furry body. It felt like having a kid who loves movie nights, pure, simple joy. But then I noticed something. Rufus wasn't just chilling. He was claiming the couch, nudging me if I sat too close to his spot. I'd tease him, saying, "Buddy, this is my house." But those big eyes would melt me every time. His love for the couch earned him a nickname, our Humaru, a kangaroo with human habits. He'd stretch out, head on a pillow, looking so comfortable I half expected him to grab the remote. So we let him have his way, reserving that couch spot just for him. But there was a catch. In South Australia, it's illegal to release rescued kangaroos into the wild to protect the genetic purity of native populations. Rufus, whose origins we didn't know, could never leave. I felt a pang of guilt. He'd never bound through the wild like his ancestors. So, we built a big enclosure, a safe outdoor pouch, where he and the others could roam, sheltered from wind and predators. It wasn't the wild, but it was home. Still, Rufus preferred the house. The other kangaroos would sometimes poke their heads through the open back door, curious, but only Rufus got couch privileges. I'd watch him sprawl out, his chest rising and falling, and feel this warmth in my chest. He trusted us. So, we leaned into it, letting him watch TV with us. Nature documentaries were his favorite, ironically. But one night, everything changed. Rufus fell asleep on the couch, deeper than usual, his soft snores filling the room. It was past bedtime, so I tried to nudge him awake. "Come on, Rufy, outside with the others." He didn't budge. I offered an almond, his favorite treat, waving it under his nose. Nothing. I grabbed my phone and started filming, half laughing, half frustrated. "Rufus, it's bedtime, I'm tired too," I said, my voice echoing in the quiet house. He cracked one eye open, then closed it, stubborn as ever. So I sat there, defeated, watching him sleep, his paws twitching like he was dreaming of hopping across the outback. That video, posted on a whim, went viral. Suddenly, Rufus was a star. People called him the Couch Kangaroo, and his Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages blew up. Magazines wrote about him, and I'd get messages from strangers saying, "Rufus makes my day." It was thrilling, but it also scared me. Fame could bring scrutiny. Our sanctuary isn't a zoo. We don't cage animals for show. The kangaroos have acres to roam, food, water, and safety. But would people understand? I worried they'd think we were exploiting Rufus, so I doubled down on sharing our mission, to care for animals who can't survive alone. Rufus's fame became a tool, raising awareness about orphaned Joeys and conservation laws. Still, I'd catch myself watching him on the couch, wondering if he knew he was famous. He didn't care. He just wanted his spot, his cuddles, his almond. One evening, as we sat together, a storm rolled in. Thunder shook the house, and the other kangaroos huddled in the enclosure, spooked. Rufus, though, stayed glued to the couch, his head resting on my lap. I stroked his fur, feeling his heartbeat slow. But my mind raced. Running a sanctuary isn't easy. Vet bills, feed costs, and endless work weigh heavy. Rufus's viral moment brought donations. But would it last? So I kept posting about him, not just for the funds, but because his story mattered. He showed the world that even a kangaroo could be family. Months passed, and Rufus's routine never wavered. At 5:30, he'd be at the door, waiting. I'd let him in, and we'd settle on the couch, his warmth grounding me. But sometimes I'd catch a far-off look in his eyes, like he was dreaming of places he'd never see. It broke my heart. He could survive in the wild now, strong and grown, but the law kept him here. So I'd hug him a little tighter, whispering, "You're home, buddy." He'd nudge me, as if to say, "I know." One night, after a long day, I sat with Rufus, the TV flickering. He was sprawled out, one paw on my leg, and I felt this rush of gratitude. He'd come to us lost and scared, but now he was our Humaru, our couch king, our star. His stubborn love for that couch had changed everything, brought us closer, put our sanctuary on the map, and reminded me why we do this. But it wasn't just about fame or even the sanctuary. It was about Rufus, this kind, quirky soul who chose us as much as we chose him. I looked at him, his eyes half closed, and smiled. "Don't ever change, Rufy," I said. He didn't move, but I swear he understood. So we sat there, the world outside fading, just a human and a kangaroo on a couch, sharing a moment that felt like forever. Thank you for watching. If you like the story, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. See you in the next video.